Happy Monday, everyone. I'm back today with a video of me candidly talking about how bummed out I am, I guess, about building my brand. It's my shop, Paris, California. It's been a lot of ups and downs. I know I had some requests to talk about what it's like to own a store, to own a business, the process, and let's talk about it. So the first thing is a little background. I started this brand in 2014, 2015. Long story short, I experimented with drop shipping for a while and decided that that was not the jam for me. Also because I'm not a fan of fast fashion. Sometimes when I go thrifting, it's just like so frustrating because the thrift shops, especially Goodwill and stuff like that, is overrun with Forever 21, Fashion Nova, Shein. Every super popular brand right now, for the most part, is fast fashion. And I'm not a fan of fast fashion. There's been numerous occasions where I will buy some of these pieces. Back then, before I literally stopped buying fast fashion, I would buy these pieces and then they would break immediately, or just unravel after 2 or 3 wears. And that's not my jam. So after I had experimented with drop shipping, I put the shop on hiatus and I didn't really start selling stuff again with my brand name until 2019. So now my main focus is finding vintage clothing from different eras. Literally, I look for everything like early 2000s and back. Those are the eras that I tend to thrift for. That's the type of stuff I source. There's a few things that I have designed that I have dropped and that I do plan to drop, but even at that point, the biggest emphasis is for me to be slow fashion. So anything I designed, it will have to be produced and made, obviously, but it would be made to order and in small batches. So some of the stuff I'm planning to drop soon. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to just do a small batch pre-order or buy a few of them in bulk and then have it available for sale. I'm not really sure. I'm just trying to time how long it takes to actually get it made and to pick it up or have it shipped to me. The biggest thing that I don't like about pre-orders is that I would be making y'all wait to get your stuff, which it could be 2-3 weeks, it could be up to a month, and that's something that I really just don't want to do either. So chances are, as time goes on, I will have to figure out that system. These are all things that I learned from drop shipping, and that is why I'm not a fan of drop shipping. I also hate the idea of y'all buying something from me and then me just ordering it from another vendor and not having my own branding and all that custom, and not even being able to do a quality check. I can't do it. The stuff that I do have online right now that I designed, it gets created and then I receive it first and then I do the quality check and then I mail it to you. So even though it's not a drop ship, it still takes time to get, and those are all things in the system that I'm really just trying to smooth out, because at the end of the day, I want to continue to keep those things in small batches and obviously not mass produce them, but I also don't want y'all to wait 10 million years to get your stuff. So that's one problem that I'm having, that a lot of brands I notice they'll do pre-orders or they will drop ship, and I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't want people to wait, but at the same time, I don't want to give you mass-produced product. It needs to be genuine and something that I really think that people will love. But at the same time, the other obstacle is it's I'm not selling stuff if I'm not seen. If I'm not being seen, I'm not making sales. And right now I'm not making sales because I'm not being seen. And the whole experimental process with making ads and running them and trying to get promoted with other bigger brands, and it just feels really discouraging right now. It's been really, really stressful for me. So yeah, it's really hard to scale a business. I don't care what anybody says. It's hard. It's easy to drop ship and make thousands of dollars in sales and shit if you don't care. Like, if you don't really care. I see it all the time. I see stores killing it, making sales, and they drop ship a whole bunch of stuff from AliExpress or Shein or whatever the fuck, and they make their sales. They make their money, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's not really that expensive. Like, some people don't really care about how long it takes to get it or whatever. I'm not that type of person. I don't want to be that type of brand either. And I'm not hating on drop shippers either. It's to each his own. It's just that for me, the idea of selling mass-produced, cheaply made, slave-labored clothing kills me inside. Also, not to mention, fast fashion and consumerism and capitalism has wreaked havoc on our environment. We have so many clothes. We have so much clothes. And it just goes to a landfill in other countries. So we just take that shit and just shit on other countries or throw it in the ocean. I don't know if y'all seen Seaspiracy or whatever. Like, we are fucking the planet so hard. So for me, if I can find really beautiful, unique pieces, one of a kind, things that you're not gonna find anywhere else, I take the time to source, restore some of these things, wash, photograph, all of it. I literally do 10 jobs. Not to mention the marketing I've worked on, the website, the graphics, I do everything by myself. And I would rather do that than do the easy route. You know, there's a lot of like YouTube gurus and like ebooks and like a million things on how to drop ship. I just don't want to do it. Consciously, I can't do it. I can't fathom contributing to the waste. I can't. So I would rather find really beautiful, unique things and curate them on my shop and give them to you. And then, you know, do a little bit of designing on the side. It's taken me a really long time to find small production vendors to make these things for me too. Because, you know, again, like I could go to like a really big print on demand or something vendor that's mass producing. I don't want to do that. That's why I really am only going to have so many things I've designed anyway, because the emphasis is slow fashion. It's vintage fashion. But building on my own has been really hard. Trying to trial and error marketing and ads is really, really hard. I sell on Depop and I sell on my website. I've gotten featured on Depop on multiple occasions in the like last few months. I had a few items of mine show up on the explore page. It did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got a shit ton of likes, a shit ton of comments, a shit ton of views. None of that converted into sales. None of it. And then I've also experimented with Instagram promotions, paying other big brands to feature me on their stories or their feeds. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. No sales. Nothing. Just a whole, maybe some views, likes here and there, hardly any follow. No conversion. Absolutely nothing. That totally hurts. It hurts. It hurts mostly because I can see what I want for this brand. I know exactly what I want for this. And it's in my head. I'm trusting the process. But it still hurts. It still hurts when I'm being seen, but I'm not. I want to get to the point where I sell out in like hours or a few days when I drop something. When I drop a collection or whatever, a vintage collection, I want to sell out like that. That's it. That's what I want. I'm gonna have things that are not super expensive, you know, fairly priced and stuff, and then I will have things that are more expensive because they're vintage pieces. Like, you know, when it comes to things like corsets and like girdles or like vintage lingerie, designer, vintage design, all of that costs more. But, you know, the whole depop and reseller discourse is that, you know, people buy $5 t-shirts and then hike the price up for $50, and like that's not the type of stuff I'm doing either. The stuff I'm getting is very niche. It's very some of the stuff I have ready to drop is like straight up antique, historical. We're talking like 18th century pieces that you're not gonna find anywhere else. I have it ready to go, but I don't have the traffic, I don't have the views, I don't have the sales, and I don't feel like I'm good enough. Yesterday, I went on a comparison spree. I was on Instagram and like just looking at other shops and like, damn, like I wish I was like that right now. I wish that was me. Why am I not doing that? Why am I not good enough? You know. Also, it fucking sucks when you see sellers who like do the bare minimum. They half-ass, like they don't have aesthetic, they just take like a picture of a garment in like a dirty ass room or something, or like a shitty mirror pic, and they are just selling out. That shit hurts too, because on a shoot day for me to shoot new items and measure and like model and stop, that shit takes hours. It takes me, those are like 8 to 10 hour days for me just doing that. Sometimes it takes 2 days, 3 days, depending on how much stuff I have. I haven't dropped anything in a long time because I've had stuff that's been sitting for a long time, like fucking over a year at this point. And that stuff, like a lot of stuff I've just pretty much taken off the site and just said, fuck it, take it as a L, redonate it. I'm actually just gonna give it to a clothing drive, to people who actually need some clothes. You know, that's my process. If it's not gonna sell in the year, I'm just gonna take it off. Some stuff I was like, fuck it, I'll just keep it, because there's nothing else for me to do, you know. Right now I'm venting my frustrations and stuff. It's not about me feeling sorry for myself, but yesterday I was at a low point. I was not happy. I was comparing myself, not happy, feeling sorry for myself. At that point, I was like, I'm not gonna do anything today, which I recommend. When you get into that vibe where you're like, I'm not this, I'm not that, do nothing. So I just stayed in my room and like watched a whole bunch of like true crime docs and ate some really good Chinese food and just chilled and like smoked. Because I was like, nah, I'm not gonna work today. If I work today, I'm forcing myself and I'm not even in a good state of mind. I'm depressed. I'm at a low point. Like, why would I do that, you know? So for those of you that are trying to do what I do, or you want to build a brand for something else, it might not even be clothes. When you get in that state of mind where you just don't feel like you're good enough, don't try to do the work. Let it out. You should let it out. You should be venting that frustration. If you gotta say it out loud or you gotta write it down, whatever it is, you have to purge the feelings, and then you just have to move on. That's it. You just have to move on. So this week I'm gonna be sourcing more stuff. I'm gonna keep trying to figure out how to attract more traffic to my page, my shop, and just keep going. I mean, that's it. I'm just glad that my investment portfolio looks nice, at least right now. Like, at least, you know what I mean? Like, there's other good things happening. So yeah, that's what this video is. It's just me admitting out loud that, you know, I didn't feel like I was good enough. And this won't be the last time. This won't be the last time I compare myself to others or pretty much doubt my abilities, doubt my talents. It's not the last time. But I'm aware that, you know, it happens, and that's pretty much what I'm trying to tell all of you out there. If you're starting a brand or you're working on a brand and it feels like you're going nowhere, the progress is being made. It's just, you don't see it until later on, and then you're like, damn, this is all the shit I asked for. This is all the shit I was working on manifesting. It happened. You know what I mean? And it's true. We need to trust the process. We spend a lot of time. People can't even have hobbies anymore. People don't have hobbies anymore because we're like, damn, how can I monetize this? We don't even be enjoying shit. And that's what I need to remember. That's what you should remember. Enjoy the process. You might not be exactly where you want to be right away, but you're getting there. I'm getting there. And that's what matters. That's what counts. The journey is really more important than the final result. I am everything that I want to be already. I may not see it right now, but I am everything I want to be. So, with that said, I wanted to have an Instagram giveaway and give away this beautiful little Louis Vuitton planner. I might do another giveaway first before I give this away, because at the end of the day, I have like barely 1K on Instagram, and I would like to build my following before I give this beautiful little thing away. But I do want to give it to somebody to write their beautiful dreams and desires in and manifest everything that they want. So this is coming. It smells so good. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna buy one for myself too. Yeah, I had finally gotten a little bit of funding, so I have a little more flexibility to experiment with ads and stuff. So I mean, there's good things are happening, but I was going through it yesterday. So if you're going through it today, just let it happen. Purge it, and then move on, get back to work. Get back to doing what you do. You know, you got this, you can do it. So yeah, I'll see y'all soon. Next video, there's some really dope crypto news going on, so you know, I'm gonna talk about my coins. Okay, see you, bye.